What'd you learn from opening for Taylor Swift on this last tour?
I feel like I learned that I need to step up my fucking game.
Hi, beautiful human. I'm Zach. That's Dan, and we have one of my favorite artists in the studio right now. You know her. Her name's Marie. We're talking about Girl in Red.
Hey.
Thanks, guys. Good to be back.
It's an honor to have you back.
I mean, it's been a while now. 2 years? A year and a half?
Something like that. It has to be 2 because it was after your last album, right?
Yeah.
That had been out for a second, and Dan will whip it out because he's the official Zachsang Show historian.
1 second here.
But when you look at the last 2 years or the last year and a half, how do you describe it? Because it seems like a lot of life was lived.
Life was lived.
But a lot of work was done.
Work was done.
And clearly another album was made.
And an album was made. Dude, you just summarized my life in a very nice and clean way.
Well, yeah, super vague.
Drama was dramaed. That's not how you say it, but and there was no drama. There's been no drama. But yeah,
really?
Life has happened. I really got into tracksuits.
You look great.
I was on my way. I did an interview this morning, and then I was like, oh, I don't feel cool. Like, I don't feel good. And then I was wearing this. And then on my way here, stopping outside the hotel, like the Sunset Marquee, iconic rock
That's
hotel.
where you stay?
That's where I'm staying right now, yeah.
Where the legends reside.
That's right.
It's where the icons lay their head after a long day
of hard work,
of
hard
making
labor.
art. Yes.
Yeah. And I was sitting outside, and I was waiting for my car. And then this really fucking cool lady, just with her boyfriend, with her sunglasses, just super babe, long blonde hair, supermodel. She was just walking past me, and then she was like, love your outfit. And I was like, thank you. And now I'm up in the clouds right now. I'm on cloud 9. That's what people say. At least Kygo's album from 2016, Cloud 9.
What a reference.
So that really gets your day off on the right foot.
It does.
And now you're here.
Now I'm here.
And we have a brand new album to dissect.
Yes. Doing it again, baby. I'm doing it again, baby.
That you are doing it again, baby. But this one bred out of something different? I don't know. Can you just break down? All of your body's work have been based on reality and where you're at in life. If I was to get an idea, by listening to this entire album, top to bottom, is it fair to say that album is connected to the last 2 years of life you've lived?
I would say that's correct. Like you said, a lot of life has been lived, and I've definitely, I feel like I've settled a lot more in myself now. I feel more confident, as well as I feel like I'm not confident at all. But and I've deepened my connection with my girlfriend. I'm still in that relationship that I was the last time, and where everyone's harassing me for saying that I couldn't be with an American lady. But that still comes up. But I've changed my mind, guys. I'm all for the American ladies, except I'm tied down to the Norwegian lady that I love very much. Andrea, that's her name. Anyways, so I'm doing so much better, and I have been doing better for a while, and this album kind of reflects me saying yes to life, and then it's just love and partying, and just I'm going full Charlie XCX on this.
Yeah, and it starts with I'm back.
I'm back, yeah.
And the song is I'm back. I feel like myself. I was gone for a minute because I went to get help. It's not like I want to die, at least not now. I love being alive. There's a lot of honesty in this.
That's the most sincere song I feel like I've ever written.
Really?
Yes. It's I saw some bits of the last show we did, and everyone's like. So now I am trying very much to not say that word, which I shall not mention. But definitely the most sincere song I've ever written. And if I could only write one song for this album, it would be that song.
Why?
I had to write it. It's about the journey from being depressed for so many years, feeling like there was no end of it, and then coming out of it and being more hopeful, being seeing the light in the end of the tunnel sort of thing. And starting to love life and cherishing life.
Well, also acknowledging that there's a chance that it could come back, right? Like this
Yes.
is something you manage. It's
something that's like, I'm very prone to, I feel like I'm very prone to being too existential and falling into sadness. Like that's something that is very deeply rooted within me. And this song is kind of like about tracing your steps to kind of like when you're walking in the snow, you probably don't have that much snow in LA.
I know it.
But we still have snow in Norway, and it's March. It's horrible. But it's like, fuck. It's like, fuck, man.
Don't think about it.
I know. Yeah, I will probably be depressed at another point in my life. I'm aware of that. That's very, likely in a way, because that's the sort of person I am. But also, I'm very much preparing myself for remembering that there is a happy place, and kind of remembering it to trace my steps to be able to stabilize myself and kind of center myself. Because that's the way I visualize it right now, is like I'm on like the spinning top. And when things start to like, I start losing my speed and I start almost like tipping over. And when the spinning top is like losing its speed, it starts like wobbling. And it's like, how do I get back to the center of it? And how do I like get the speed up again so that I'm balanced? And that's something that I've been, in my head, kind of like having to stop myself and be like, okay, just stop for a second, Marie. You don't have ALS. You don't have MS. You don't have all these diseases. And then instead of like spiraling, which is something that really makes me spiral into anxiety, etc., fear of death, etc., then like tracing all my steps and getting back to speed, stabilizing myself.
So you retrace your steps to find stability, but is that attached to coming out of this depression? Or when you look at it from hindsight, do you understand what series of events or what event led to you, one, breaking out of the depression, and then two, being able to even make music?
Do you mean making music again, or just in general ever?
I mean, making music again for this body of work. Because do the two go hand in hand? Meaning, like, do you break the depression and then make music, or do you make the song and then it's broken?
I mean, when the album came out, I think I was very depressed and I was extremely tired. But then I started getting out of it by being out with people. Honestly, being with people is so important. Like we are. Saying that like humans are social animals or like social beings like is such an understatement. Like we need human connections, and I for so long I was depriving myself of that because I was like, Marie, you're not working enough, you're not in the studio enough, and I was like punishing myself for not being in the studio all the time. So I think when I kind of started allowing myself to live, I also allowed myself to be loved again for the very first time after hating myself. And that's like when I met my girlfriend, I was allowing myself to have fun, which I also like, I think a lot of people, freelancers and other people who work with music or just like, free, like they're kind of like, oh, I should be working. I need to be on top of things. I need to like push further constantly. But just like stopping for a second and then living life was the thing that led me out of depression, basically, because I wasn't covering all my needs as a person, I think, for many, many years. And also getting a little bit older, I've stabilized a little bit more, like emotionally. It's not like every day isn't a roller coaster anymore, which is good. But also sometimes I'm like, oh, I miss it. I miss the roller coaster rides every day. Like now I'm actively trying to find back to my teenage self who, not like I'm so happy I'm not who I am who I was as a teenager right now, but I'm also like finding back to the feelings I felt as a teenager because they were so strong and it just like they felt so overwhelming. Now it feels like everything is kind of like flat, but not in a depressed way, but as in just like it's like you can handle everything. Sort of. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm gonna stop. Thank you.
I understand that, right? Like this idea that you go from a roller coaster every day's different, to consistency.
Yeah.
But there's something great about consistency and healthy about consistency, no?
For sure. And I do like being stable, and I do like feeling, just normal. But there's also something when you're supposed to be making art and music, it's like the work of tapping into your feelings becomes a lot harder than just like writing from constantly being sad and being like, I'll die anyway. Like, I'm not there right now. Like, it's so, I don't know. It's good to feel happy, but also maybe there's a part of me that's a little bit scared of happiness almost, because I'm like, what does that mean for me as an artist who's, my whole sort of reputation as an artist is like being open about my queerness and being open about mental health, like my intrusive thoughts, OCD, depression, anxiety, like all these things.
And that's chaos, by the way. Like that all equals chaos. But it's also, there's beauty in chaos and life in chaos and art in chaos.
But then, that's like the whole thing. Like that's the romanticized image of an artist suffering just to make art. And I also don't fuck with that, because like that's not sustainable for any person.
No.
So it's like I'm also aware that I can't, romanticize the tortured artist to the point where I don't allow myself to have a good time.
So how does this album bring that balance? Is there balance?
I feel like this album is super confident. It's super playful, fun, and humorous, and just kind of theatrical and just like very over the top fun. But there are songs on it that have some, like, are a little bit more sad. But the way I think it really comes together is that I realized that writing from where I was, which was a happier place, and owning that, and just, leaning into I'm back, like making a happy song, an optimistic song, and just allowing myself to write that. I think that's how it all kind of comes together, because the mental health lyrics and all my everything I've written so far has all come from sincerity, and it's all come from something real. So I think, I just had to realize, okay, I'm writing from where I am right now. How can I make this an interesting perspective that's not just happy, like, So I think that's like how it comes together. It's like it all boils down to like sincerity and something like that.
Did you write this album in your bedroom?
No. I wrote this album in the studio for the most part, and then in my living room, and then on the road.
Would this be your first album written that way? Yeah, right? Mostly you write from your bedroom.
Well, yeah, most of the earlier stuff is written in my bedroom, but also like large parts of the first album was also written like in a studio. So it's a little bit of, I feel like the first album was like this, what's it called, a springboard? Wait, is it called
Stepping
a springboard?
stone, springboard, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, I'm trying to say that was like, I was leaping into working more in studios with that album. And then on this album, it's mostly like a studio album.
It sounds big.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it sounds really crisp and pop and just like...
Yeah. Hello, beautiful human. Every year, millions of gamers experience IGSS, inadequate gaming setup syndrome. Luckily, a cure has been found. You have to go beyond with the Vibrasonic mattress by Beyond Sleep. This thing has 6 built-in subwoofers, USB ports for charging, LED lights so you never stub your toe. It gives you an acoustic massage when you want it, plus adjustable degrees of comfort. This right here is the best way to game ever. Cure your IGSS today at BeyondSleepTech.com. You want to talk fiddles?
Fiddles.
That's a good fiddle you got on Doing It Again, baby.
Yeah? It's a banjo.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
But, so I was like, fiddles? I'll talk fiddles.
No, I'll talk banjo.
No, it's a banjo. It's I have a banjo on there.
I thought it was a fiddle, dude. My ear is off.
No. I don't think, well, a lot of people have said, you're the first to say fiddle, so maybe they're a little bit off. But,
It sounds good.
But also I think that's a little bit fun. I like when you hear something and you're not fully sure what it is, but is it a fiddle? Is it a banjo? You can mess with the sound. You can make a fiddle sound like a banjo. I'll teach you.
Are you walking into the room with a song ready to go, or do you write this one in the room with everybody?
It's just me and Matthias Tellez, who I produced the album with. So it's not like a room of, X, Y, Z, many people. It's just us. And I have like songs like I'm Back. I had all of that, pretty much like the whole thing written out. But then, I don't know, with some songs, I just have like the production idea for Doing It Again, Baby, with the banjo. Like I had the main riff, and I had like da 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 da, like the melodies and some ish gibberish lyrics. But then a lot of it happened in the studio.
It's a great song.
I really think it's just fun and just like, hey, I feel fucking sick. It's like, it's the song I should be listening to today, and this freaking outfit.
Totally. Got my Ray-Bans on, and I'm rolling with the boys.
Got my Ray-Bans on, and I'm rolling with the boys.
Having all the swagger was never a choice.
Yeah, man.
My big fat
Love
ego
your outfit.
is making me say this 99 vintage has
impeccable taste.
Yeah.
That's because like I've been getting like really interested in wine recently. Just like 99 vintages. It's so good. Yeah, if I could invest in Napa Valley, something Kakalakali, like I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think the lyrics are just fun. It's like, also it's been a while since anyone's been saying swagger in a song.
Totally.
Bring swagger back.
Yeah, I agree.
I really miss like the JB, like the Justin Bieber swagger. Swagger on you, chilling by the fire while we're eating fondue. I don't know about me. Well, he's probably saying like swag on you.
So good.
It's so good. Remember, I listened to that song. I purchased that song on iTunes when that song came out, and I was listening it on my little iPod on my way to 7th grade school class day.
$1.19 or 99 cents for a timeless classic.
So good.
Written by Black Bear and Mike Posner.
That's right.
Boyfriend.
Wow. It's so good.
I'm so old. I played that on the radio. So
You did? Wait, how old are you?
I'm like 30.
I'm like
Wait, you're not old?
I mean, yeah, I've just been doing this a long time. 17 years.
You started when you were 13?
Yeah, 14.
It's not adding up. The math ain't mathin'.
What do you mean? Actually, it's all a lot. Actually, no, I'm kidding.
No, it's all real.
I started when I was 14. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a vibe though, because like that's when I started making music. Also, that's like when I feel like some people, they make really important life decisions very early on in their life that really like sets the
foundation.
I know. I was thinking today or tonight I'm going to be filming a music video for I'm Back in the tunnel. Have you seen The Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Yes, that movie has changed your life.
That movie changed my life. We probably talked about it the last time. I don't know, that movie really changed my life. And tonight I'm going to be filming in that tunnel where they filmed that I Feel Infinite scene. I know, isn't that insane?
That's amazing.
We're like blocking the tunnel so that we can shoot this scene, and it's like a full circle moment of, I don't know, I feel like that movie, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, like opened and like an existential room in me that kind of stayed unresolved for so many years. Like I feel like that movie didn't make me depressed. It didn't make me depressed at all. But there was something in there that I related to so much that I didn't know what it was. But I feel like, and I think that was like anxiety and depression and stuff that I was so young when I saw it, and I didn't even know what I was feeling. So I feel like being in that tunnel now, and really filming the imagery of like seeing the light in the end of the tunnel. It's like such a full circle moment after like being depressed for like 10 years after, isn't that iconic?
Yeah, it is iconic. And at the end of the day, like what you're doing today was the light at the end of the tunnel that you were looking at when you were a child. Like that's,
I know.
It's beautiful.
It's a special day. Like I feel like I'm really romanticizing the now. Like,
you should.
That's what I'm doing. Like
be present.
I've never felt this present in my entire life.
How old are you now? Let's see. What do I have
I'm 25.
in my notes? Okay.
I just turned 25 in February.
So healthy. That's good.
It's good.
25 is a good age.
I'm really, but also I'm just realizing like I'm not the youngest kid in the room anymore. Like, how old are you?
No, you may be the youngest.
I am. Fuck yeah. 99? Oof. Still the youngest girl out in the room. Oh yeah, but just like in Oslo when I'm at a bar or something and we talk, I'm like talking to someone and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm 22. I'm like, oh, that's right. now the youngsters are coming in. Not that being 22, you're a youngster at all, but it's also like I feel like I'm the 22-year-old and like everyone else is like 28.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Age
And it's
is
only going to get
crazy.
worse, but I'm ready for it. I'm happy to be alive.
Amen. You happy to be alive?
Of course, I'm happy to be alive.
Life is too much, though, sometimes.
It is. But still, with liquid death, I shall be okay. Not sponsored.
Why was Too Much the first single from this next era?
It's just a bop. And also, I didn't really have a strong feeling for like what the single was going to be because I just feel like the whole album slaps. It was so hard to pick a single.
Yeah, but before Too Much, you started the entire era with an apology video apologizing for nothing.
But that's the thing. I'm in my jokester era. I'm in like, I don't give a fucking shit era.
You're in your penny loafer era. You're in your Ray-Ban era.
I definitely do give fucks. I have fucks to give, but I definitely in my, here are my loafers, and I was wearing these when
Here's a penny.
I got my. Oh,
You put it in. You know you do with that, right? You stick it in the thing.
oh, should I try?
Yeah,
Okay, throw it over.
Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah,
was
man.
so smooth.
I used to be a busker, I was catching them pennies left and right. Okay, let me try it. Wow, this is really tight. No penny has ever entered this. It's fucking tight. Okay, I can't get it further in, but
Well,
you know,
that's
That looks cool
But that's
enough.
the purpose of the penny loafer, right?
I think so.
Is that the
Yeah.
actual purpose, that little
Yeah,
split?
Google it.
It's like a foot wallet. It's a new thing. It's really new.
Here's 2024. Penny loafer foot wallets are in.
But I mean, they're so popular now. Everyone's wearing loafers now.
I got a pair. Haven't worn them yet, but I did get a pair recently.
Right?
Yeah.
People look. I mean, it's a vibe. Ties also. I'm like, look at this little.
You look great.
I love ties.
By the way, is your girlfriend like with you? Like, does she like come around? Like, is she on the promo flow or is she home? What's her vibe?
She's home right now, but she's gonna come to New York right before my U.S. tour starts, and because I'm gonna have a gallery exhibition opening there.
What?
I'm debuting as a contemporary artist. Everyone,
You make art?
I make art, man, not just music.
Hey, well, music is art, but yeah.
Music is definitely art, but it's mostly like a commodity and like I just sell. No, I don't know what I'm saying right now, but I'm actually. It's funny that you say it because like a lot of the time I'm like I don't see music as art. A lot of the times, like it definitely is, but I would never like call myself. In Norway, we have a very specific word for it where you're like a kunstner, which means that you're an artist. But then in the US, it's like you're an artist, and that can be anything sort of.
Totally.
But in Norway, it has like a deeper meaning, and I feel like because there's like a cultural, maybe there's something like with it's a language thing and it's like a cultural thing. But music, is definitely art. But I think there's a part of me that would never call myself an artist in the Norwegian word.
I get it.
So I think it's a language and cultural thing. But I definitely think it is art. It's connecting with people. So
How do you see it then? Like, what is the music to you?
my music?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's just like something I do, and then something I love doing, and then it's like magic. I think that's what it is to me. It's like, why does it work? Like, why is it connecting? Sort of. But yeah, it definitely is art, but maybe it's just like that's another thing. Like popular music and then like contemporary like art music there's always been like a class difference between that, and like the elite has never like really fully accepted pop music as art, and that's like been a whole thing. That's why like folk, like pop music was like folk music in the like, because it was like for the population, it was like for normal people, not like classical super anyways. So there was a lot more class in music before, class differences. So I think maybe I don't know how is it like that in the States? It's very much like that in Europe. But
Okay, so it was historically like that, but I do think that music is accessible and obtainable by everybody now, obviously.
yeah.
But, yes, like when in the world where like things used to have to be performed and like you'd have to go somewhere to like watch it perform. Like folk is like storytelling, you can pass those down easily. Yeah, there's like a lot of history to it. I mean, yeah, totally. Like that is very much the history of music.
But maybe that's like why I'm like, maybe I'm just actually not accepting myself as an artist or something. I don't know what it is, but I definitely think music is art, and I think, but I view it as something that's more like magical. Like why is it connecting? Why is it working? And why does some things not work, et cetera? It's just like a mystery. Yeah, it's a puzzle.
Interesting, but is it it's a puzzle rooted in what? Like a puzzle rooted in like your deepest identity? Like I can listen to this album and understand you really well.
That's
I do.
Weird.
You think that's weird? You don't think it's you in the album?
No, it's definitely me in the album. But like I don't think I'm. You know, when I did this interview this morning with LA Times, I'm also like, why are people like their perceptions are so correct, and like all the observations or reflections, thoughts that people are coming with while I'm like talking about this album. I'm like, wait, you're like you understand the thing. I think that's maybe I don't even understand it myself. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
Maybe you don't understand it because you're just living.
Maybe that's the thing. Like
you're living and documenting it in
maybe
music
I should
form.
think some more. That's like now that I'm so happy, I'm not thinking anymore. I'm just mindlessly just
doing.
Golden retriever. I'm just happy now. I have no thoughts.
Your golden retriever girlfriend, eh?
She's so happy all the time. No. I'm the golden retriever girlfriend. She's the thinker. Where is she? No,
we actually brought her here. We flew her all the way in from Norway.
Get her in, Andrea.
Yeah.
Let me kiss those.
You don't have budgets like that. No.
Hey guys.
I think we should talk about A Night to Remember.
Oh, I was gonna talk about the fact that she spoke French.
You need to tie us back in. We're losing it now, but okay.
I was like, it seems like a good transition.
Everything in me wants this to happen, just not tonight. Cocaine and weirdos. Maybe we should just get going. This is out window to be alone.
This is our window.
This is our window.
Okay,
sorry.
Cocaine and weirdos. Maybe we should just get going. This is our window to be alone. Basically, we were at a after party. Like we were moving around like fucking, crazy people. Just like we were going to all these different apartments, and then that was the first time I ever was, and like I ever saw cocaine anywhere. And I've never tried it, and I don't think I should because I'm really scared of my heart stopping. Because like it can happen to anyone. It doesn't like you don't have to do a lot. Like you can just be really unlucky, and I feel like I'm unlucky. So I'm not gonna do coke. But anyways, I was at this after party, and there was like cocaine, and people were like super fucked up. And then I had met my girlfriend, and it was kind of love in the air or something. At least attraction was going on, and it was very exciting. And then basically we just had, without even talking, there was just like a mutual understanding that we were gonna like we wouldn't leave the apartment to go to the next party without each other, sort of like. So she was like, I was riding my bike and she was sitting on the back of it, and sort of like there was just like this mutual agreement that like we're going together, and it was just like really cute. And then that's the song about the night I met my girlfriend.
Wait, that's so cute,
right?
She rode on the back of your bike?
Yeah, she was on the back of my bike. Like she was on the seat and I was just standing, and I was super drunk, and it was not safe.
It's giving movie though. I love it.
I know. It's like, but I feel like I feel like you can hear the romance almost, and you can hear like the giggly like love that's happening in me in that song. And I feel like in the chorus I'm like, can you feel the chemical reaction? And I think that's fun because like the chemical reactions that I was going on the first album was all just depression and just like imbalance and like give me some med sort of vibes. But now it's just like it's love, and I think that's oxytocin or something. It's not serotonin. Okay.
How long after you guys meet do you write the song?
I don't remember that. Like, there is another song on the record which is called Phantom Pain, which I wrote 3 days after I met my girlfriend, because she rejected me because she was actually taken by someone else. We don't go into that, but anyways.
But you won.
What?
You won.
I won. It was a fucking battle, man. See this penny? It was his. Fuck him. No, I don't know what I'm saying. But I won. I did. And, that's like pick me over him, let the loser win. It's all connected. It's all a lovey-dovey story, this album, really.
Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain, yeah.
You speak French on it?
Mi amor, je t'aime, I adore every part of your face. That's a little French and a little Italian or something. I don't know. Mi amor.
I like
what is that?
I think it's Italian. I've seen Lady in the Tramp.
Lady in the Tram?
Oh, Lady and the Tramp? No.
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 Oh, wait.
Yeah, she speaks Italian in that, I think.
I don't think I've ever.
You've never seen it?
It's the cartoon movie,
Yeah,
right?
where
I've
the
seen
dogs
it, but Lady og Landstrykeren. Like I'm not used to the English title.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the same at all.
No, Lady og Landstrykeren. Yeah, it's still Lady. Landstryker. I think that's like.
God, you sound so beautiful, like when you speak your language. Such a beautiful language.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
You know I don't like this shit.
I actually forgot, but I love it. You sound great.
Thanks, man.
I just Googled it. Mi amor is my love in Spanish, apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
So just a combination of languages in there with the intention of what? Whatever fits and sounds good gets it?
I think the intention was like, how can I sound as crazy in love as possible? And how can I be as obsessive and as crazy? And how can we make this a Disney moment where it's just like, birds and whistling and just like, yeah, just go crazy and what's Sleeping Beauty, when she's in the forest and with all the birds and stuff and she's like singing and it's whistling and stuff. It's like, it's that scene. And it's like, mi amor, je t'aime, I adore every part of your face. I know this might be extreme, but I truly believe we're meant to be. It's like, bitch, I met you 3 days ago. It's like, this song is just about being like, obsessed. And then having heartbreak over something that never really existed. I didn't know her when I wrote the song. It's like 3 days in. We had made out once. It's like, what am I doing? I'm crazy.
How'd you win this battle? I don't know. Like, how did it end up?
Knuckle sandwich.
So, I mean, I just won by driving the Tesla really fast, just putting her in the back, just like vroom, vroom, vroom. Okay, I know this is without any context. This just sounds like, being as I'm a horrible storyteller, but
Not true.
okay, let me try again. How did I win her over? I think I won her over by consistently meeting her randomly on Saturday nights. We met and then there was like, okay, we can't meet. So, this is over. But then I just met her again. And, the attraction was just undeniable. Like it was super hot. And yeah, then she wasn't I don't know. But anyways, she broke it up with whoever she was seeing. And then we basically started dating.
Beautiful.
And now we're together.
Is the phantom pain the pain of being in love with someone that you can't have?
The phantom
you don't
pain
know?
is like having heartbreak for a love that actually, like, yeah, a love that you've never had and a love that you don't have. So basically, it's like, when phantom pains are basically when you feel pain for like a limb that isn't there. So I just thought it was like phantom pain it's like that's what this is. Like why I have heartbreak for someone who I probably don't even love yet because like I don't know them as a person. And I think you probably need to know someone before you can truly love them. So yeah, it was, but that's the way I was acting. I was like, I left Oslo and then I went to see my grandma and I lived on her farm for like a week and I was just on the couch every day crying. It was June, it was summer. It was like, I have a song called Summer Depression. And it was like summer depression all over again. I was just like really wallowing in all the like the sappy heartbreak stuff. But, it was worth it. I was listening to Blue Velvet. Blue Velvet. And I was like, wait, that's actually a song used in a film about something crazy, I think, but I haven't seen the film.
Look at you now. Killing it. In love.
I'm okay, sorry.
Not depressed.
I'm going back. Yeah, I'm coming back.
A great album. Talk to me about Blue Velvet.
What's happening?
What's your takeaway from that? You listen to this song over and over again. You don't realize it's from a movie, but you don't watch the movie?
I haven't watched the movie now.
Do you have no interest in the movie?
The thing is, I don't know what movie it is, so I need to see the movie. But
Give it a Google.
Blue Velvet was a movie that came out in 1986, if that's the one you're talking about.
that's probably the one I'm talking about.
Why did that song get you through?
I don't know. I was just listening to all. There's also this song about it's called "Lonesome Town." I was just listening to like really sad. There's a place where I don't go. There's something like "In Lonesome Town" by Ricky Nelson or not. I don't know if it's Ricky Nelson. Someone. But
So-
yeah.
You're in this. I have so many questions. Like
Okay.
you're in the middle of a summer depression. You just get through it
It was Ricky Nelson.
via
Right.
this music, and then all of a sudden, your girlfriend's now down to give you a shot, hang out with you on Saturday nights, and then it turns into something more.
Yep.
And now we're here.
Now we're here.
When did this album officially start, and what songs started it all?
I feel like this album officially started in the beginning of 2022, because that's when like ideas were starting to collect themselves, sort of like mentally. I had like a song map, and then at the end of 2022, I started going into the studio, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to make an album." Like I need to get going, and it wasn't fully finished until November 23 or like December 23. So it took like a year and a half to make it, and it's just 10 songs. But like I said, all killer, no filler. But
When do you write "Pick Me"? Because it's obviously about wanting to win the battle.
yeah, that's about. I think that was maybe early 23. Because basically, even though my girlfriend had picked me and we were together, I was still struggling with, like, my girlfriend is bisexual, and I think I feel so inadequate. Like, I'm so worried that I'm not going to be enough. Like, I'm not a guy, even though it's super silly. Like, we've talked, like, this was a whole thing that I was internally, like, so ashamed of. I was like, oh my God, why am I so jealous? Like, I've never considered myself a jealous type. And then I was just confronted with all my insecurities, really. And then obviously me and my girlfriend, we've talked about this a lot now, but I was really, like I said, just confronted with just feeling so jealous and scared of losing her because maybe I'm not enough. Like, I'm not a guy. I'm never going to be a guy. And then she was like, Marie, a guy will never be a girl. Like, I love you. Like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, yeah, right. But then, I think I'm like really insecure. I'm working on it, and I'm getting a lot better at it. But I think I've done multiple interviews, and this is this is a song that all the queer people I've talked with, like, they really relate to the song, and they feel like this is a sort of story they haven't heard before. So it definitely feels vulnerable putting it out there, and because it's never funny to admit that you've been jealous or you are jealous or anything, because it's like the worst feeling in the world.
But it's something we all feel.
It's something we all feel.
Insecurity is shared by literally everybody.
I
Even the
know.
person you think is the most confident insecure has moments of insecurity.
Yeah, that's the theme of this whole album. It's like doing it again. It's like the moment of the most self-esteem, the most confidence, but then Pick Me is like the low point of my being, which is, I'm very much like on this scale of being both, and I feel like that's sort of the themes on the album, and which I'm also going to have in my little exhibition in New York City. Woof. But yeah.
It is genuinely frightening. And as somebody who's dating somebody who's also bisexual,
Yeah.
I definitely understand the insecurity involved. And I get it, right? Like, this idea that you could lose somebody that you love and they love you over something that you have absolutely no control over.
I know. And it's just, I think just that the side, like if my girlfriend left me now for a guy, I think it's just something like it would have hurt as like it would have been terrible if she did it for another woman as well. But like if she did it for a man, then I think it's just like fuck. It's because I'm not a guy.
Yeah,
Like
but weirdly, some people find peace in that. I've also met people in the community who find peace in losing somebody to somebody of the opposite gender because they go, "That's something that I just can't control." So it's not me. It's when I'm packing.
I need some of that energy. But like I'm I'm getting better at it. Like because. But I think the most important thing is just to tell your partner whatever like you're like. I wasn't able to tell her for so long, and but I really and like I can even feel it. I'm like getting a little bit tense just thinking about it because it's been such a like a mountain in our relationship, something that I've really had to overcome. But just telling her makes the whole thing so much like less scary, you know. Because then, like, your partner wants you to feel safe, and your partner wants you to feel comfortable and not insecure, and they want to like comfort you. So
the right partner.
Yeah, the right partner, of course. And my partner, she's amazing, and she's so understanding, but not to the point where I'm like, you know, like where she needs to comfort me constantly about it, because that's not healthy either. But but if it's, you know, I think a little bit of amount of insecurities and jealousy, you're never gonna have none of it, probably.
Thanks for telling that story in the
Of course.
song. I think it was really important and needed. And to your point, like nobody's ever done that before.
I don't feel like I've heard a song with that perspective. And yeah, it's also just going all in, just belting, you know, going full ballad. Love that.
How do you select where your vocals choose to go and what type of vocal performance you want to do? And that's more than just belting. I think that's layering. That's a bunch of shit. Is it based on the temperature of the song or the story you're trying to depict?
You know, I've been thinking about that also recently. Like, how do you know what's like? Sometimes you just know what the vocals are for a song. Like, they just like sit in the mix and they sit well. But actually, with this song, it was a real puzzle. Like, I almost scrapped Pick Me because I was like, I just can't solve this music puzzle because at first it was really soft. It was like, pick me over him. But then I was like, there's no feeling in this. It's just like, sounds like I'm whispering and it's not, you know, strong enough. But it's really, it's kind of like, you know, when you know sort of situation. I feel like music is all just intuition and it's all like, what do you like? So there's no right answer. It's just like, what do you like? You know, I was trying to say not that. I wasn't trying to really not say that word, but
You really made it the core of that answer.
I made it the core. That was like the punchline of my sentence. Fuck.
It all built to like.
It all built up for that shit. Fuck. I really, you know, I'm gonna
Tighten up that tie.
yeah.
Can we talk about 5 stars?
5 stars, yes.
But 6 out of 6, you got to be delusional to be in the biz.
Of course.
It's true.
Right.
You a little delulu?
I think I lost some of my delulu-ness. I think I've become too self-aware. There was a point I was too self-aware to even stay in the song, to stay true to a song. Like with Pick Me, I almost started being like a third person, being like too self-aware, talking about how sad this song sounded within the song. And then, but that would have taken away the sincerity of the song. And so basically, the whole like, you gotta be delusional to be in the biz, like, it's something, being an artist can be kind of embarrassing. It's like, just like everything else in life, you know? And I became too self-aware to even try to put out music. That's been sort of a part of this journey. To even try to wear a tie and like a tracksuit, I feel like I really lost all my self-esteem at some point while making this album, and that's like I kind of mentioned about like finding back to that like teenage feelings I had, not the crazy mood swings and the way I saw life, but more just like the self-esteem I had when I was younger and stuff, because you have to be you have to be delusional to even think that someone in the world cares, kind of. And you have, because if you're too realistic, then you know that, there's war multiple places in the world, people are starving, it's like, why should I even bother putting out music? But then you have to like stay delusional and remember that, wait, there is actually a world where this music matters. Like I've gone through so many like different, I said like again, guys, but I've gone through so many different processes as such mentioned.
But it is true. You have to be delusional and a little narcissistic to think that your music is going to help somebody make it through their everyday life.
I know. It's super weird. And
But it's true.
it is true. And that's why I've been embracing it. I've been like, okay, I just have to let go of all the realistic shit that's happening in the world and just make the music, because it has made a difference to people, and not undermine that completely and be swallowed by the darkness of the world, to not sound too cliche, but the world feels really dark now, and it doesn't feel like, so it's really hard to, not give up.
It's true.
So
It feels dark because it is dark, but people not giving up is what brings light to this really dim situation.
of course. So
But there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
there is. We're back.
Always is.
But yeah. And I mean, that song is also kind of debating whether or not if this album is good. I'm kind of, this whole like exhibition that I've mentioned, this is the third time I'm mentioning it, maybe the fourth.
If you want me to come, like you just gotta send an invitation.
Yeah,
Like,
it's on April 12th. There's going to be a whole thing. Free coffee, free champagne.
Oh wow, it's a full-on art show, eh?
Yeah. Like I said, I do contemporary art. It's not just the music like I said previously, like oh. But yeah. You're just holding it in.
What are you thinking?
You Need Me Now featuring Sabrina Carpenter. Not a collab people were expecting.
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love when you guys talk in the middle of it.
You know what would be really fucking cool on this? Sabrina. Like, if we could get Sabrina on this. Oh my God. That would be like, oh my God, you're so right. I'm going to sing now. I'll be. Okay. I mean, it's super funny.
It's iconic.
I think it just has this like, have you seen The Holiday when the old guy's just talking about gumture? You've got gumster or something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like that's that bridge. That's what it is. That's dumpster diving. That's what it is. It's
Who came up with that? Because Sabrina's had a lot of success in talking in her records.
Oh yeah, I know, with like, this got a little I know.
Yeah.
Bet your house is where my other sock is.
It's so good.
How quickly get a pop quiz. She's so cool. But I mean, that was an idea I just had because I felt it was a fun.
You can do it.
Can I say like?
You can say the word
Yes,
like.
just say it.
But it is an annoying thing. It's undeniably annoying.
Okay, now she's looking to Sam for validation. No, you say
Do you say
nothing.
like a lot? Not women. It's all men.
Well, all people.
All people say like.
Yes, it's a crutch. But it's not really a crutch. It's what you do when you're thinking about what you're going to say next. And it's actually a sign of like caring about the words you're speaking. So
You just said like. I love that. Okay, anyways, back to the present.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay, yeah. So the bridge, I thought it would be a fun way to intro a bridge. Fun way to intro my first ever feature, because I've never done a feature before, and sometimes I'm like, some features are just not believable to me at all. Like, why are you singing on a song? Like you're singing about the same girl. Like, what's going on? I don't know. But I think there's something funny and humoristic, if that's it's like comedic almost, to have this intro, and because we're breaking the fourth wall, And then we switch over, like the sonic switch over to a little bit more like poppy, like I'll be like, la, la, la. Like it's just fun. That's like the reason why I've made this whole album, because every I feel like the ground for like all the like the baseline for all the creative decisions have been just, it's fun. Let's do it. Yeah, that's cool. Like that's fun. That's like that's the foundation of the album. So it's fun to have an intro like that, and it's fun to do an unexpected collab with someone that I really look up to, because it's fun and unexpected. I just fuck with it.
The song is a hit.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Yes.
I'm just like spitting bars in there. I was secondary to everything. I've never been so insignificant. Like
That hit.
Why have you avoided collabs in the past, and why was it finally time to do one?
I've been avoiding them, man. They'd be really, no, I like I said, I feel like a lot of collabs are mostly, some of them are very artistically, like creatively driven, and I love some great collabs, but it's also just been like a marketing trick for the past couple of years, and some of them I just don't like.
Like fake and forced.
Fake and forced, maybe. Sounds like a Star Wars movie, but so I haven't felt the need to do a feature, and it hasn't felt natural to do a feature with anyone, because I feel it's really important that when I listen to a song, I want to believe it, and it doesn't feel believable always if it's a feature. Like it doesn't connect with me normally. So, and with You Need Me Now, I hope that what's connecting is like I don't want people to necessarily, or I just want people to do whatever they want with the song, but I don't need people necessarily to emotionally connect with her being on it, but just connect with the humor and just like, oh, that's cool.
Your connection. Is that what you're saying? Like your connection with Sabrina is what people should connect to?
Yeah, or like my connection to this, to having a feature, which would be, oh, it's fun and cool. That's what I want people to feel. But maybe, I don't know. I don't have any agenda really for what people should feel or not. If people really connect with it, like emotionally, and it's like, no, this got me through my life, then I'm like, wow, it could never get me through anything, but like, I'm so happy it did for you.
It sounds like y'all are friends.
We don't really know each other, but I am a big fan, and we did FaceTime a couple of times. And hopefully I'll get to see her. But I live in Oslo. That's the thing. Like I live, I'm like this little gremlin in Norway. I need to like get my ass over to the United States of America. And yes, I will insist on saying the whole name.
The United States of America.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Always address us by our
your full name.
Yeah, four letters.
Yeah.
4
United
words.
States of America.
It's big.
The 5.
Shit. Hits. By the way, Girl in Red's album is waiting for you. It's on Amazon Music. I'm doing it again, baby.
Woo!
You can listen to it. Plus, her entire discography is up there too. So you hosting a podcast soon?
You're picking up on the
ugly side.
Ugly side, yes. I feel like I should do one podcast episode.
Just one?
Yeah, I have an idea for a self-help book that's called So You're Doing It Again. Which is, Auntie in Red giving advice. And then I also have an idea for So You're Doing It Again podcast, where I'm like on my bed just giving out advice and, anecdotes about things, etc.
We'd produce this for you if you want,
Yeah, in the new studio?
Yeah, well, yeah, if you want. Or we could like set up at your house in Oslo if you want.
That's I'll pass. But
Got it. Well, you're in a bed, so I didn't know if it was like
I mean, I feel like
we have to like fly in a bed.
I need to get a
set.
nice house, and then you guys can come over.
Okay. You got an apartment though the last time
I know, but I don't want you guys to see that. I want you guys to deserve better. I'll get the house.
Is that on the list of like goals for the next year or two? You gonna get a house? You can get a house.
I was on the phone with Matthias, my co-producer, who's always on my left side, imaginary, but he I think my next goal is to buy a house in LA.
What?
Whoa.
Whoa! A curveball, y'all didn't see that shit coming.
That's huge.
And then maybe when I'm 30, like old, then no.
Fuck.
Then maybe a house in Norway again.
Wow.
Because if I'm going to do this music thing,
You got to be here.
but I'm going to keep my apartment in Norway though. So I'm going to be keeping it there. So I'm going to be like touring between Norway and LA. And then, then I'm just going to be lurking around the Amazon offices. I'm just going to be like, hey,
This is a good goal.
You think so?
Yes. Yes. LA's scary. You can get lost in it. But
Well, you said if you want to do this music thing, you're already doing this music thing from Norway, and it's working out pretty well for you.
that is true, too. You really don't need to be here at the same time.
That's true.
But you may like have more friends if you're here. Like maybe like meet people. Because nobody really goes to Oslo. No offense.
No offense.
I mean, like, when's the last time a celebrity went to Oslo that wasn't
Oh,
Max Martin?
you just keep hitting me right now. But
Or-
no. I know nobody really goes to
Tovo?
Oslo, and Madison Beer, she played in Oslo.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I'm sure she had enough time for a session while she was there for 12 hours, but
Maybe.
yeah.
Probably not.
No,
No.
definitely not.
I'm trying to think of any other artists who's come there, but I don't.
Is like Norway close to Sweden?
It's close, yeah.
Okay.
I can drive to Sweden whenever if I want to.
Well, don't brag about
I'm
it.
my own
Like,
boss.
shit.
Like I have a car. I can do whatever.
That's huge. Fuck,
I'm
man.
free.
Did you ever work with any of the producers over there? Or do you
Max
really?
Martin?
No, like, I mean, there's more than just Max Martin, right, in Sweden?
Oh,
He's the only one.
he's the only one. No, I mean, I would work with any person that I really deeply get along with.
Yeah, how do you pick those? Like, how do you decide who even
I don't know.
deserves,
I've
like,
only
a-
worked with the same guy.
Yeah,
It's
so
really
don't
fucking
change-
hard picking one.
Don't change it.
Maybe. I mean, I think it could be fun if me and Matthias met another person. A little threesome.
Yeah, I like a trio.
Yeah, I like a trio. I feel like that could be good because then I think me and Matthias can be almost like a little bit too comfortable with each other. Like we know each other so well now and we're best friends. So having another person in there might sharpen us up a little
Totally.
bit just to be a little bit more efficient maybe.
Yeah, challenge you.
Yeah, challenge us.
Kind of poke you to be more vulnerable, bring out the best.
Yeah, bring out the best.
That's a good idea.
I think so. Maybe, another one and then I definitely want to make some more music all around the world. All around the world. People want to be loved.
It's so true.
Right?
It's so true. It's true.
It is.
People all around the world do want to be loved.
I mean, isn't that a Justin Bieber song?
Yes. It's called
Such a
All
good
Around the
song.
World.
Did you Google it or you just
No, I'm a big JB fan.
You are?
Yeah, I love Justin Bieber. I've been a believer since day one.
You've been a bully?
Belieber.
Oh, I've been a bully since day one. I was like, damn.
No, belieber.
That too.
I was such a big Justin Bieber fan.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, Justin, I hope you're living your best life.
I hope he's well.
I really hope he's well.
Yeah.
What'd you learn from opening for Taylor Swift on this last tour?
What I learned, I mean,
Big
okay,
rooms, you played. Big rooms.
they're not rooms, they're stadiums.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Man.
Huge.
I feel like I learned that I need to step up my fucking game.
Really?
That's what I learned, yeah. I think everyone who warmed up for her, that's like everyone is just like, no. I'm stepping up my game.
In terms of what?
Just like have you guys seen the show?
I saw the movie.
You saw the movie?
Yeah, it's sick.
I haven't seen the movie. I've seen 8 shows and I know. No, I'm joking, but I definitely she's just like super consistent. She's planned out a whole fucking show that's 3 hours long and it's super entertaining. It never gets boring. How the hell do you do that? Like it's insane. And then just thinking of her vocal performance, her dancing, just like everything is so good.
The physicality's crazy.
Yeah, it's just so entertaining. And I feel like in the times that we're in right now where our attention spans are so horrible, a show isn't enough anymore. You got to have something more. And so I've really been with my show that I'm going to be performing soon, starting in Boston, April 16th. I'm gonna really, for my Doing Again World Tour show at 9 p.m. And so I'm really gonna be like going. I want to figure out how good can I be and how much can I how can I be a better performer what kind of performer can I be? Like, you know what I mean? All these like questions I need to figure out.
And now's the time.
Now is the time.
And if you want to go see her on the road, there's going to be a link in the description below.
And I gave you all the info already. I give you the entire spiel. Like, we can just edit this together. Like, girl, you know what? I can't right now. You know,
I'm doing it again, baby. That is the name of the album. It's waiting for you. Listen to it below. And again, go see her on tour. You gonna go, Dan?
Yeah, of course. 2 nights at the Greek.
Doing it again, world tour. I'm going. I'm inviting myself.
yeah, you're coming.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have said something like that the last time I was here. Oh my God, I saw this snippet.
Of?
I feel like you did an interview with some guy, and then he was like, he outed you, and he was like, you didn't come.
Oh, Johnny Orlando.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that snippet.
Avril Lavigne's done the same thing to me. Many people hold me accountable. It's healthy, but I'm going to come to your show.
Is it true?
There's a small chance we're not here. I looked this morning and I was very upset about that.
Where are you guys going?
We may be in Norway.
You're fucking kidding with me.
We're going to Oslo when you come here. What are the chances? I want to see Max Martin and Tove Lo.
No, there's a chance.
Are you?
There's a
What's
chance
happening right now?
We're in London.
we might be in London that week, which is really upsetting because there's 2 people I want to see, you and Holly Humberstone, and you're both going to be here the week we may not be here, which I'm pissed off
London.
about.
What's happening in London?
The Ivors. It's
No.
The Ivors is like some prestigious European music production producer awards thing. I don't know. I'll explain it to you after. It's cool though.
You guys going too?
You're gonna start inviting everybody to the show.
I got 2 tickets, so
Yeah, maybe one day you'll win one. It's a Songwriters Award.
No, you'll be at the Ivors one day, and you're gonna get Grammys. I feel it. You're gonna be huge.
nah, we'll see. I'm staying humble for now. Like I said, this
Good.
I'm too insecurity to dream that. Like, I don't know.
Now
You want to
keep-
hear something? This morning I was listening to your new album with my roommate, and she was just like in the background. She's like, "Damn, this girl's a rock star."
She said that,
Yeah.
and then you're looking at me wearing a fucking tie.
That's why with the tracksuit.
I mean, but the thing is, like, I really do love this album, but there's also a part of me that's like, I'm really scared of having too high of an expectation because the world is so like scattered, like it's all over the fucking place right now. Like, how am I gonna be able to get this music out to everyone when everyone is like in their own little reality? So I'm worried about how can I collectively just make the entire world listen to this album. You know, it's really hard.
Well, keep your yes.
Yeah,
Keep your loafers on the ground, and it's all gonna be okay. I promise you.
Can I keep the penny though?
Yes, of course you can. Yeah, it's the least you get for coming by.
I get a penny from coming.
No,
Dude,
it's
I
your-
actually really appreciate it.
Yeah, union
Next time,
rates or something.
if I ever come back.
You'll come back.
No, you guys are coming to Oslo. Bring another United States of America penny, please. You know, you got to say the whole name. But I love that your roommate said that. It actually really boosts even though I am a very insecure queen, I really do believe in the album, and I feel like it's
good.
all hit snow skips. I think
Yeah.
it's really good. I hope, but you know, I'm just not going to give up. Even though if it doesn't do everything I want it to do, then I'm like, okay, you know. Just,
Do you have expectations for it? Do you set those sort of
of
goals
course,
in your
my
head?
ambitions while I was making the album was so high. I was like, oh my God, too much. It's a world hit, but like, you know, when's the last time we had like Billie Eilish?
Long time.
Right?
Mhm.
It's like, not that I want to be Billie Eilish, and not that I think I'm that sort of artist, but still, it's hard to break things now, and so my expectations have been really high. I'm not gonna lie, but also now I'm kind of like, okay, no expectations, Marie. Just if anything happens, then that's good. Like if anything good, positive happens. Like if a door opens and someone's like, oh, this artist heard your album, they really want to work with you. Then I'm like, that's a door, and it opened.
Win. It's a win.
That's a win, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I thought you said when, and I was like, bitch, I don't know.
I thought you
Give
said
me
when.
some time.
Let me release the fucking album first.
Dude, I've called you bitch twice today.
I like it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Speaking of too much, I like how you snuck Mickey Mouse in the music video because it's in the public domain now.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's Steamboat Willie. I would assume.
Yeah, that's the episode, isn't it?
Or that's the what
I thought that's with the when he's like riding the boat.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do. Yeah, there's this album is heavily inspired by Mickey Mouse.
I promise you this album is going to reach the people that need to hear it, but also reach those who are just existing and living and then realize that they need to fucking hear it. So
I hope so.
It will.
You know, my creative director, his girlfriend, she said, Marie, I didn't like your old music. I didn't like your old stuff. I never listened to it. But this new album, I really fuck with it. So I feel like I might, get some new people in, hopefully.
You will.
Thanks, man.
It's going to be a life changer. I can feel it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's good shit.
Wow.
Yeah, no pressure.
That's,
Just
when?
Keep being.
When?
Well, let's release it first.
Yeah, that's right.
And
People
genuinely just keep being yourself because, yeah, you're fucking amazing. Exactly who you
that's
are.
really
Insecurities
kind
and
of you.
all.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Even though I have become increasingly self-aware that am I coming off as like this really insecure girl who's just asking for like, when she's, what's it called? Like asking for.
Fishing for compliments?
Yeah, fishing for compliments or just being like, one of those girls who are just like, oh, like, no, I'm so ugly. Like,
Pick me.
Pick me.
Yeah, pick me. Wait.
You're not one. You just
Pick me up the ham, yeah.
pick me. You're not a pick me.
I don't think so. I just think I'm very willing to talk about not feeling like a rock star.
You're vocal about things that people keep inside. So just keep being yourself. 'Cause
Okay.
It's working.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, anytime. You good?
My last question is, speaking of your old music, what made you want to sneak a little Serotonin reference into I'm Back?
'Cause I was choosing between because I was gonna say because I'm that bitch, or I was gonna say because I love to do iconic shit. But then I was so. But I'm gonna do a third one, which is a real answer, which is I felt like I'm Back is like. So Serotonin is the opener for the first one. I'm Back is the opener for the second album, and then it's like they're on. They equally set that vibe for each album. I feel like, and I wanted I'm Back to kind of pick up on where I left it with If I Could Make You Go Quiet. So I don't know. I feel like these two albums are, even though a lot of things have happened, they're very much linked in a way, and I'm making so many references on this album to If I Can Make You Go Quiet, like If I Can Make You Go Quiet Inside, with Ugly Side, etc. So basically, it's just a nudge. It's just this opener is referencing this opener, and they are setting two different moods for two different albums, but they're very much linked. And I'm just a big fan of like referencing your own discography because it creates a world and it's like nuggets and Easter eggs for your core fans. Who knows? And the daisy has just sort of become this image of like a field of daisies. It's just like this image now for me of something being very serene and happy and beautiful and peaceful. So yeah, expect a music video in the field of daisies. Let me just tell you that.
You're building out your universe.
Building out my universe, gotta, and then also the back of the vinyl, the back of the vinyl cover is the old album cover from album one, and then but it's in like this gallery world, and then there's gonna be the New York exhibition. I'm just out here doing my Wes Anderson thing. I don't know what I'm doing, but
you're doing it.
I'm doing it, and I'm doing it again.
By the way, big reminder, if you want to buy that vinyl, you can. It's on Amazon. We'll put a link below. You good? What are you thinking?
No, I'm good. Did you paint this album cover?
I didn't.
You didn't?
A guy in Berlin did.
Okay.
And it's a really big fucking painting. It's bigger than this room.
Do you have it?
I do have it.
Really?
Yeah, it's mine. I commissioned it. I purchased it. Fuck me, really.
You purchased it?
I purchased it. Purchased. I purchased it. I did, and it was like my idea, et cetera, et cetera. So it's my It's mine.
Is it hanging somewhere in storage?
No, it's so big. It's like I couldn't fit it in this room. So
What is the painting for? A wall? Like a building?
it's for an exhibition.
Your new mansion?
No, man.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking sick though. If I ever had a mansion, I'd have my second album cover on the wall.
You should. You will.
Oh my God, that's such a great idea. Eventually, I'm just going to be building out a house because I have the first album cover on the wall in my apartment, which is the painting. And then basically in 20 years' time, I'm just going to be covered in like wallpapers of all my album covers, but they're real paintings. Wow. Thanks, guys. It's been great.
Growing red, everybody. No, thank you, Marie. Appreciate you.
You guys are very sweet. I like you guys.